Sandra from CHYM 96.7 with Caitlin from the Mindful Hub. You know those mornings you're kind of like lethargic and you're really struggling to get out of bed. This is why you're coming to the rescue, because those mornings where you just need to feel a little bit more zesty, a little bit more, awake.
Yeah.
We're doing a morning yoga session that's going to get you energized for your day. Why is this important, Caitlin?
Well, you'll notice that we're going to start off really slow in the session, and we get ourselves warmed up a little bit, because when you jump out of bed, sometimes it's not in our mind that we're like, all right, let's hit the pavement running, right?
Yeah.
We kind of want to get up, move a little bit. You can actually start this in your bed too with the little motions that we do, and then we want to get into the movements to get ourselves going. Our cortisol, which is our stress hormone, is actually highest in the morning. So if we can get a little workout in, a little strength yoga, a little bit of movement, it's really good for our stress throughout the day. It kind of will give us that endorphins and help us as we go throughout our day to be less stressed.
So Caitlin, if someone was to actually come in and take your class, maybe they actually are like, let's get out of the house, let's go do a class, how can they find you?
So mindfulhub.ca has all the information, the schedules, their Reiki sessions, whatever you're looking for, and you can actually attend your first class for free. So if you hit the promo code MindfulFreebie, you'll get your first class for free. So you can try it whenever you want.
Yeah, and you can try any of the classes here that the Mindful Hub
Any of the classes,
offers. So come in, try it out, and get at one with your mat, which we are going to do right now.
Absolutely, let's go. Hi everyone, welcome to our Energizing yoga class this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. So we're going to be doing just a quick 10-minute Energizing yoga session to get you ready for your day. My name is Caitlin. If you have any questions or modifications as we go, let me know, and I will give you certain steps as we go if you need to change something because of an injury, or if you're not feeling like you want to go all out today, that's totally cool too, whatever is in your practice for you today. Okay? So as we start, we're just going to close our eyes for a second, spread our toes nice and wide, and place them down on the mat, nice and slowly. Heart nice and open, shoulders back. And just coming into our breath, we're imagining that we just woke up and we're ready to get our day started. So we're going to bring our left ear to our left shoulder. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like, or you can open them. And slowly to the other shoulder. Good. As we go to the other shoulder, just tuning into that breath this morning. Seeing how everything feels in the body, and switch. Perfect. Now rolling the chin forwards towards your chest to the other side. We're just going to do a half moon here, not all the way around. And on your next exhale, bringing it the other way. Perfect. And one more each side, all the way forward. And switching sides. Perfect. Beautiful. I invite you to open your eyes if you'd like to, or keep them closed for the warm-up of the practice if you'd like. We're going to roll our shoulders up towards our ears, back, shoulder blades together, and down. Good. All the way up. Back and down. Perfect. Nice and slow. Up. Back and down. Beautiful. Arms coming up to the side. Just going to do slow motions first. To your left side. And then as we move, engaging our core to help us turn. Perfect. Good. Coming to the front and to the other side. Drawing that belly button in and up towards your spine. Good. And coming the other way. Perfect. If it feels good for you, you can go a little bit faster now that we're starting to warm up a little bit, but not too fast as we're just waking the spine up. And remember to keep those shoulders nice and dropped so they don't come up by our ears. Perfect. And back to center. Good job. So starting with the wrists now, we'll do some little circles. We'll use our wrists so much in yoga, so we want to make sure they're nice and warm, because sometimes throughout a practice we're like, what's happening, right? So we want to make sure they're nice and warm. And the other way. And this is something you can also do if you're a desk worker, at work. You can open those hands up, move those wrists around. Perfect. Anyone know the blender from when we were younger? Those gymnastics or ballet days or hockey, whatever it was. Good. And the other way. Perfect. Going to our probably most uncomfortable one today. We're going to be moving the hips around like a little hula girl or hula boy, whatever. Good. Knee, just a slight bend in the knee too. You can start nice and with small circles and then make them bigger if you want. Good. Again, keeping that core nice and engaged. Perfect. And the other way. So we're trying to get all our joints warmed up here from head to toe. Beautiful. And going down to the ankles. So starting with whatever one you feel comfortable with. Going in one direction and then switching directions. Perfect. And the other side. Remembering to keep tuning into that breath as we go. Feeling that energy coming through our body as we start to wake up. And the other way. Good. We're going to be doing a standing cat-cow now before we come to the floor. So your hands can go on your knees. Core nice and tight as we bend over here. Inhale, arch your back up. And exhale, draw that spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale up. And exhale, draw it up. Wakening up all those muscles. And going to the rhythm of your own breath now. Perfect. Finishing with one more. Beautiful. Standing up nice and slow. So we're going to come to the top of our mat now. So spreading those toes out like we did in the beginning. Trying to get each toe to touch the floor one at a time. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come up and out to the side, all the way up. Exhale, hands come together to heart center. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, soften those knees and forward fold. You can rest your chest here onto the knees if you want. We're just doing a very nice knee bend here. Dropping that head down. Beautiful. Option to grab both elbows here and allow yourself to hang. Remembering to follow our breath. An option to also gently move side to side here. A little sway. Beautiful. You can drop your hands to the floor here. Placing them on the ground, stepping back into a high plank. Also option to drop the knees down here for our plank. Just warming up the core a little bit here. So if you're in high plank, making sure that your bum is above the body line. You don't want it to dip down below for our lower back sake. Imagining that our hands are like suction cups on the floor. Beautiful. And starting to warm up our core here as we breathe. Perfect. Dropping down to our knees and our hands here. Coming onto all fours. Now we're going to do a cat-cow on the floor here. So it's a little deeper of a stretch, a little deeper of a warm up. Inhale up. And exhale, drawing that belly button and the spine up towards the ceiling. Good. Good. To the rhythm of your own breath here. And one more time. On your exhale, you can tuck your toes under as we come up into downward facing dog. So you can keep a little gentle bend in the knee here and just pedal those heels down and up as we warm up those hamstrings. Again, trying to grip that floor with our hands, allowing all our muscles to be used here. And when you're ready, just coming to a soft position that feels good to you in downward facing dog. Hips up towards the sky, armpits towards the floor. Perfect. On your next exhale, you're gonna raise your right leg up towards the sky, bend the knee, and we're gonna do 5 forward circles with the knee. So warming up that hip joint. Beautiful. And when you're done, leaning forwards into a plank, you're gonna draw that knee in towards your chest. Beautiful. Coming back into downward facing dog, raise that leg up. And leaning forwards into high plank, bringing that knee forward, using that core. Beautiful. 3 more here, pushing back. And forwards. Remembering to breathe here. Beautiful. On your last one, rise up onto that toe, bring that knee towards the chest, and you can plant it at the top of your mat. Perfect. Inhale as you bring your arms up. If you need to gain a little more balance here, you can draw your foot to the outside of your mat just to widen your stance a little bit. Beautiful. Coming back to our breath here. Arms nice and strong, but a little bend in the elbow. We're going to open the arms up into goddess arms. Beautiful. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, open those arms up. Really allowing that chest to stretch. And open. Perfect. If it's in your practice today, you can clasp your hands together. Go for a little more of a stretch here. Leaning back slightly. Perfect. When you're ready, you can unclasp the hands, place them by your front foot, and come back into a high plank again. Holding this for a few seconds here. You can always drop to your knees if you need to. Perfect. Core nice and tight. Beautiful. Nice and strong on those hands. And when you're ready, leaning forwards, we're going to come down 90 degrees with our elbows. Tuck those toes under. And inhale, upward facing dog. You can plant those thighs on the ground if that feels good for you. And when you're ready, tuck the toes back under, pushing down into downward facing dog. Perfect. So now coming with the other leg, drawing that up towards the sky, bending our knee and doing 5 circles forwards. Nice and big here, beautiful. On your last one, you can lean forwards in your plank. Draw that knee towards the stomach. Beautiful, and coming back into downward facing dog. Good. We're gonna do 4 more of these. Perfect. Good, remembering to breathe here. And on your last one, coming up onto that toe as we draw our knee in towards the front of our mat, placing our foot down, and arms coming up. Perfect. I'm just gonna switch sides here. Nice and strong here. Beautiful. This time our elbows are gonna pull all the way down, engaging our lats here, our latissimus dorsi, and coming all the way up. So really squeezing, imagine like you're pulling something down and coming up. Beautiful. This one's really good for posture, for opening that chest up. Beautiful. One more. Perfect. Option again to clasp and do a slight back bend here. Perfect. When you're ready, hands can come towards the ground, coming back into our high plank, leaning forwards on top of our wrists, bending down 90 degrees, tucking those toes under, and coming up into upward facing dog. When you're ready, tucking those toes back under and pushing up into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Finding our breath here. This time, bringing our right leg back up, bending it again, and we're going to be coming out to the side like a fire hydrant. So bringing that knee in towards our other knee, and then bringing it out, up towards our hip. Beautiful. We're going to do 5 of these here. Option to make it a little harder, you can lean forwards in your plank while you do it. Beautiful. Bringing that knee in towards your chest and planting your foot at the top of your mat. Beautiful. Arms coming up. We're going to drop that back foot down 45 degrees. Nice and strong here. And then opening up to the side, allowing that foot to come a little more forward, facing towards the long side of our mat. Coming strong into our warrior pose. Want to make sure here that our knee is not dipping in. Want to keep it in line with our big toe. Dropping those shoulders down. Beautiful. Core nice and tight. As we reach forwards here, we can inhale, exhale, coming back and up. Perfect. We're going to do that again, reaching forwards and coming back. One more time, reach. And all the way up. When you're ready, you can circle those arms down towards the mat, into a high plank, leaning forwards, bending those elbows 90 degrees, coming into upward facing dog, and exhale as you come into downward facing dog. At any point in this practice, you can come down into child's pose if it feels good for you, resting your head on the mat. Perfect. Catching your breath and coming up with the opposite leg, bending it 90 degrees and doing our fire hydrant. So activating those glutes here. And when you're done 5, coming up onto that toe, drawing that knee in towards your tummy, allowing that foot to rest at the top of the mat, and coming up. Beautiful. Bringing that foot down 45 degrees, Perfect. And then when you're ready, opening up into our warrior pose, warrior two. So watching where that knee is lining up, making sure it's in line with your big toe and nice and strong here. Beautiful, reaching forwards and coming back into reverse warrior. Beautiful. Reaching forwards and up. One more time, reach and up. Perfect, circling those arms down towards the floor. Coming back into our high plank. Holding for one last time. Option to drop those knees if you'd like. Keeping that back nice and straight. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping those knees down if you haven't already. And sitting back into child's pose. Beautiful. So allowing yourself to relax here. Noticing how your body feels now that your energizing session is over. Allowing it to just come back down now. Coming back to that breath. And just thanking our body for showing up for ourselves this morning, bringing that energy, that vitality to our day, and knowing that how we start our morning makes a huge impact on how we live out the rest of our day. And when you're ready, you can sit up onto your knees, or you can come to a cross-legged position. Beautiful, chest nice and open. Closing those eyes one last time. Tuning into our breath, seeing how our body feels now that we're finished. Maybe we feel a little warmer, maybe we feel more awake. Maybe our posture feels a little better than when we just woke up. And bring our hands together to heart center. I say thank you for joining me today in our energizing morning yoga. And thanking ourselves for showing up today. I say namaste.